Hey, I'm just going to stick this in here real quick, retroactively from the next episode. Here's the table of contents. If you want to jump around, I'll also have the timestamps in the descriptions. Hello, welcome to Satisfactory Update 7. This is Maker Gaming, episode 61 of our playthrough. Last episode was big. The strike is over. We are officially Lilacore. We work with Fixit. And what else? And we built this giant hypertube cannon platform. We do not have the hypertubes on it yet, but we do have plans. Initially, it'll be 3 hypertube cannons to the power plant, to the quartz, and to the oil in the blue crater. And that'll be expanded as we make another platform in that direction, in that map, probably. I don't know. We'll either do it at the power plant or we'll do it kind of here in that central location. It'll be fun to get back to all those old places. And we'll do that soon. Probably as soon as we start dialing in the hypertubes, actually. We'll start with the coal plant one. But what else? We need jetpack fuel. But I think this episode I wanted to concentrate on trying to create a little bit of like art with the blueprints. Just last episode making these parabolas, that's kind of what got me on it. And so actually I kind of want to see if I can make a more exact one. That's what made me want to start it. I also kind of want to do a couple circle patterns. Just that inside, I guess it would just be that inside 3 circle would be able to fit in here. And I think just having that would be a good start. When creating circles somewhere else, you could just place them. It'd be like your starter. So that will probably be one of the first ones also. So we got parabolas, build a couple of those, build a couple circle frames, and we'll come up with a couple other things. For now, let's find a place for a new designer. Alright, this is a little bit in the ground, but we might be able to get away with it. I guess it depends on what we build first. Let's see about the circle, right? We went dead center, which I believe is possibly there. Yeah, so I think to get the middle of the circle, we would just be doing this. We could do different increments. The most important one I think would be every... Here, we gotta go up one. I think the most important one is one where you do every increment. So like that. Then we don't really need a zoop. But we do need concrete. We're super close though. Alright, this is working kind of wacky, so we'll just do it from here. Alright, I just gotta finish this, you know, a couple dozen times. I'll see you in a super short time, from your perspective. Yeah, that doesn't look exactly right. Something's not even. I'm gonna have to redo this whole thing. Something's wrong. Alright, I might give up on the circle for now. These are not even, and I don't really feel like figuring it out. But let's make a list so that we don't forget. And I need to pick up jet fuel. There's a little spot. Thanks, Spot. Alright, so I know I had an idea for more than 3, but for now the ideas for the art here, we're going to do a circle, circle floor, parabola, a hex wall, I've seen a few of those just on Reddit and things, and I'd love to make something, a pattern like that to use on my old builds. And then this isn't art, but conveyor bus entry point, something similar to that building, where I can bring in more resources down the bus at other factories. Off camera, I just wanted to show I did make a. Actually, where did I put it? I put it down that way. We need modular frames to make blueprints. We need blueprints if we want to have a field of blueprint designers. So I just routed some of these plates this way. And we've got 6 modular frames a minute being printed. We also need to get some rotors going. I still want to try that with pillars, see how it looks. Pillars would match my original design better. The original idea I had in my head, rather. Alright, so now we have rotors automated, we have modular frames automated. We're skipping the circle. So that leaves Parabola and Hex Wall. Let's make a blueprint designer and see what that blueprint designer tells us it should be. Ooh, that one just barely fit. Now we're getting somewhere. Alright, what does this designer feel like? This one feels like a parabola. And this one's nice because it gives us the exact coordinates, right? So if we wanted to, we could go up to a 32 by 32, but that's not going to work because I'm thinking of, like, say to make a star pattern, they're going to have to connect from the bottom and the top, in which case we're going to need to make one from the top direction down, and to do that we're going to need a foundation on the top, so that's 1 meter. So if we have 32 to work with going up, but we have a foundation on the top, that limits us to 37. So we're going to go 37. My idea is to do 3 of them. Let's get started with the first one. What do I need? A beam. Alright, so if we're doing 36, they're all going to originate from here. That's, oh, 32, I'm sorry, alright, so 30 is our limit, so we'll have 15 points. So our first point, we go R for freeform, we come down here, that's our first spot. Alright, that's better. We'll see if it gives us problems. It's going to give us problems. Just up there, it's going to give us problems. We might have to go from farther. Let's try the 4th one down. Okay, so V1, so that's 2, 3, 4. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, so that's the right way to work it. You got to go at least, you got to do it like that because you're cutting off the other ones. Now let's see if we get to the 5th. Now can we get into that one? We can't. Okay, so we're going to need to do even more. It's alright, we're learning. Let's try it from 6th. 6. Hopefully that gets us what we need. Yep, so from there. Alright, repeat the process. That's the problem, so we gotta wait to do the top ones till the end. So we go at the top. But that's a single one. Let's finish it out actually. For now, we might have to delete it if we're working in that space down there. So yeah, that's a parabola where every, is it 4, 6, or 8 meters we're making a point, or making a line. But this is one using every single, well, every other mark. I think it'd be too tight like that. I would love to make these giant, but that's not bad. Do we want to try a different color? Alright, so now the idea is to just do that this direction. That one's better. This is all tricky now. Right, but that is it. Maybe once we delete the wall we can get it. And then the third one would be like this. But let's just save this for the moment. So if we delete that, and then we bring that there. There we go. That. And then to finish, we'll just connect these. And it's going to be another problem. Let's do it more towards the middle. So 1, 2, 3, 4. It's going to be just like that again. These are all going to be a little bit difficult. Okay, the bottom one's not working as well, so let's go see about just the two. We want to experiment on how to put them together. I assume we have enough beams. Alright, here's the no wall parabola. We are out of steel beams completely. That's funny, we had 22. Okay, that's bigger than I was. It's quite large. Let's try it though. That was a cool build. Alright, so that's on the corner. Let's see if we probably can't, but I was gonna say, could we butt it right up against it? But we might not need to. Looks like we can overlap. That might be it exactly. Oh, not really. Crossed over at the top, but I mean, as a first try, it's pretty cool. I mean, as we do with our art. Let's try red. Alright, that's the red version. That works for now. We'll call this complete. We can move on to some more designs. Because I still want to figure out how to make that a complete shape. The complete all around, top and bottom. Alright, we deleted a lot of the base, and now this is our hanging structure. On to the next thing. Alright, where's this one's... Okay, is this gonna work? Yes, it's gonna work. I think I do want to at least clear the middle though, since we have snowballs. Let's try to make a hex wall. Should be simple enough. That seriously might be all there is to it. Match a bunch of 5s. Let's see if that works. That looks like it works. Just make it a pattern that connects to itself well. You know what? I think we need to actually delete some of this if we want it to stack well with each other. So if that's the bottom, we don't need this bottom. This one, match there to there, there to there. That might be it. Let's see. Alright, so there's one. That would be the next one. What about stacking up top? That might have worked. I think I did the top off center. Let's see. It almost works, but it doesn't quite connect on that second edge. It's just slightly off. But it worked well for the single layer. Alright, we got it yellow. Let's call that art number 2. I wonder if it would help to do that, what I just did right there, before snapping on the second one. Alright, so that's one hex wall. Let's work on another. To do that, of course, we need another blueprint designer. Alright, that is not the hexagon we're looking for. I know that. Alright, there's a 5 hexagon. What happens if we do that? Let's just save one. Okay. We can do some interesting things. Alright, again, these weren't very exact, but we're just kind of seeing what their capabilities are. Alright, we cleaned it up a little bit. So there's another hexagon. It's so art. Those don't look very good. There's something else I want to do. We'll see if there's enough light for it. And before we jump up there, let's get our last research going. Yep, we're going to go with the silicon circuit board and get our last drive going. And get up there and try and model what we're going to do with the glass. And let's get power up there. We need to know where these end. Let's say that's an ending. Alright, we just made a little cut in the floor so we can kind of lay out what we're thinking of doing. I want to keep each of these, but not the ones around them. And we'll try and limit the amount of glass we use. We won't do all of these angles, just the ones that we need. Take off everything in between, up to the walls of our little hub, which is probably right there. Alright, let's see how many it takes to fill this. Alright, it's going to be 3 out. Alright, and it takes 4 to fill it. Alright, that's perfect. Doesn't look like there's any real clipping. It just kind of blends in to the concrete spokes. Almost jumped to my death. And we just gotta do it again. Alright, I need to talk in this part just because it's a cool view. It's a good color. Some of our art is starting to show up. And we're just filling these out. Pretty simple. 2 on the sides, 2 in the middle. Do a check. It's about half. Yep. That adds to it. Alright, we finished. We're just picking up all our crates. Let's check it out. Back to the blueprint designer. Oh, it's looking right. And we might do maybe one more layer of glass out there. We'll see. Alright, I did a couple things of note offline, so go check them out real quick. Up here I did the second level for the most part. See if we can get up here. So yeah, every other one I left out. So we get that nice triangle pattern around. Did glass in the middle. And yeah, this will probably be 1 or 2 walls tall. And then we'll have the hyper cannons go off as needed. For now, just these 3. Okay, so that was one thing. The other thing's down here. I took pillars, like we talked about doing up there. Oh yeah, I also did some lighting. I don't know if I like the green, and I don't know if I like it at 3. I'll probably drop that down to 2, so it's not so bright. But like I talked about doing pillars, I did a parabola here, and I did the pillars all over it, and I think it looks pretty cool. We could use that somewhere for sure. And then finally, I produced a couple more of the hexagons, and I put the pillars on those. And these actually look really clean. I think they'd connect really well. And then I came over here and I started doing it while also tilting. And that is really nice. So match it up. A little hard at this angle. Alright, and that's the method that you use to kind of get it right on the lines. You go the far edge, you can zoom, do it 1 in, and now it's exactly at that line. Oh, we didn't do the diagonal though. Yeah, the diagonal makes this look really good. Alright, so I just did those 3 and you get that tight edge. And run a pillar up the side. This could be a pretty cool looking wall. You know what? It's a damn shame I did this out here. I should have been doing it in a blueprint designer this whole time. More beam work. So 6 and 7. For now, let's do 8 and 8. Alright, that's not going to work as I initially thought because you can't do halfway into the designer, so we're going to do foundations. That way we can clip through those and it'll be okay. Alright, so we'll say 8. Alright, I believe I saw this online, something along the effect of R for freeform. And you select the edge, just like that. And we're just going to repeat that over and over again. And we will be able to get a curve out of it. We're getting real close to done. This method becomes easy enough. Looks like 2 more. Alright, there you go. Could do the bottom half of that as well. Make a circle. Probably will do that at some point. So I messed up. I just recorded a whole section without my voice audio. Software was a little messed up, so here we go again. Some things I missed, I did off camera. This is one of them. It's the full circle using the concrete pillars, with just a higher center point. There's still the 8 meter across, 16 diameter. What else? I added concrete. I think I showed that. I did this just to see. This is not a precise laying down, but just to see if you could cross them. And yeah, it didn't seem to be a problem. So I think with a precise foundation beneath it, we could get a decent sphere shape going. And then yeah, I showed off. I did try to record just a simple staircase. So yeah, we got a staircase now, but for any that don't know how to do one, there's a fairly simple. I just go start with the foundation. You come into here for the frame floor and hold control. You just back up 1 space. You put foundation on top, make the one beneath it, and you just do that over and over again till you get the height you want. So top, control back 1 meter, put on top, delete, replace, delete the top, and that's the method. You just repeat that, and then those 0.2 meter blocks, you can run up them without jumping. And since they're 0.2 meters tall each, the easiest thing to do is go by steps of 5. Because if you get that 5 at 0.2 meters, you get 2 meters. And that's easy to match up. That's easy to match up with your surroundings. Pretty much done with the episode. I'm most excited. I don't know if I've said it before, but this shape is, it looks really good. I'm gonna, perfect it, see how close I can get with all these corners, and have this just to use as some sort of architecture in future buildings. And I still do need to do the flat parabola to match these two. Alright, we put another one out this way. Let's get this last parabola done. Call it a day. So we go to the 30 mark, we come down to here. Alright, as we should have learned from the vertical ones, we need to start lower than that, so we'll say 30. Hopefully I don't jinx it, but this is going to be our most perfect one. Everything lines up perfect. Alright, that one was perfect. That's as exact as it could get. Let's save this one. The horizontal parabola. So let's end on... Well, we'll see if we end. Let's see if we can connect this. Horizontal parabola. It is flying all around. It's moving surprisingly well for That's exactly what we want. Using blueprint mode, it snapped exactly where I would have picked. Very interesting. So yeah, that's the shape we need to complete this 3D look. That, and then to do this shape upside down for underneath, for the completed star pattern. Alright, so with that, good to go. Thanks for joining, and I'll see you soon. Alright, so I've tried to end this episode multiple times now, so just recording this in case I need an ending. Did a couple more of the parabolas, the different sides, and kind of ending this episode. I'm trying to, like I said before, dial in this tilted pillar on the beam. It's working pretty well. But with that, I'm going to end the episode, and yeah, thanks for watching. In the next episode, we'll come back. The first thing we'll do is get the hypertube cannon that we need to go back to our prime base, I guess we'd call it. And then yeah, see where we go from there. Thanks for watching, and I will see you soon.